Hey everyone, welcome to the Mac Show. I'm Anita K.
Melodic Mike.
What are we going to talk about today?
We're going to teach you how to brand yourself. So brand yourself. We're all over social media right now.
Yes.
No matter how you tweet, no matter the pictures you put on Instagram.
As you know.
Yeah, how your Facebook looks. It's huge. Personal brand, marketable, being marketable, whatever it is. What are key things that we feel as though over time that we've done this so far that makes your brand you?
Really important. Thanks for introducing that.
Absolutely.
I think the most important thing before we even start to even think about what kind of brand we want to instill is we have to know our vision. We really have to know our vision and what outcome do we want? What outcome do we want? And are the appropriate, for example, you brought up social media, are those the best forums for your personal brand? They may be, they may not be. There could be, there could be some other choices.
Right.
So I think really knowing your vision and doing a full analysis of that and then really stating what your outcome is, which will naturally align you with setting some goals and doing some self-awareness and how fun though. Really, how fun, to develop a personal brand.
Right.
It's one of the funnest things that I can think of.
I mean, look, you can be whatever you want to be. And I think what's huge that you said, and it alludes to a lot of things that we've spoken to in our past videos, is really figuring out who you are. It goes down to
It
who
really
you are.
does.
Yeah.
And then when you talk about a personal brand, what are the steps that you need to take and put that action into place?
Okay.
It might be investing in a partner to help you. It might be going to travel to understand color schemes or to help cultivate your vision. I think that's really important. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole discovery part
Yes.
of if you're a speaker, a cook, a music artist, whatever it can be, like really fine tuning what your strengths are and what you really love to do, like passionate about. This can be your brand, and this can be who you are.
Yeah, and it's a time where you can have fun.
Yes.
You don't have to be so serious and really, you can approach it from another angle and be really lighthearted and really make it grow. So I think really knowing yourself, what your if you're an artist, what your art is, if you're a professional, what's your product, what's your service, etc., and really building a brand around that. I know, folks that are entrepreneurs that like to build a brand.
Oh yeah.
Kids like to build a brand. So, there's really no right or wrong, which I think is the fun thing about it.
There's no better time than right now. Look at all the tools that we have.
Yes.
Right? We have so many tools that we can play with.
And I think a lot of people really start off on the wrong foot and they're worried too much about what platforms they need to brand themselves on. No, it's not always about that. It's really about starting with what you want to get out of your brand. Why is it important to you? How do you need to market yourself? What kind of light do you want to be seen in? And then designing a marketing plan around that. And so I think that's a common mistake. So really, the fun part is, really doing that self-analysis.
I want to say also, be careful on getting other people's opinions and really deterring what your vision is. I think a lot of people, when they first start out trying to figure out what their brand's going to be, how they're going to associate other people to it, you seek validation and affirmation towards other people and what they think, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? And then all of a sudden you change your trajectory of what you really want to do. Be careful of that.
Be very careful with that.
Yeah.
It could really lead you in the wrong direction, and it's not you. It may not be you. It really may not be you.
Right.
So a lot of internal discussions and maybe some silence. You'll get a lot of really good answers about yourself, and you just build. There's no right or wrong. You don't have to start really big. You can start really small and work on the progress. And I think the most important thing is really being able to add some creativity to it.
Ah, yes.
That's the fun part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be creative and execute that creativity. It may be about landscapes. It may be about colors. It may be about other people in your marketing plan. It may be it may be solo, but whatever it is, you get to be creative and put whatever spin you want on it. And I think that's really what people admire. And the authenticity behind that.
Yes, so huge.
It is.
So huge.
It is.
But I want to ask you something.
Sure.
Can you share to our audience here what are a couple ways that you have branded yourself? Like where, how, and maybe what platforms you've used?
I think that's a great question. I'd be happy to share that.
Please.
My personal brand is my passion in people. And I want to demonstrate through my marketing persona that that's the message that I'm communicating. And an area where I want to give back, so giving in the life coaching area of service. And I believe I like a lot of knowledge around and structure, as you can tell from my style, around how to execute those steps and how to really help people move forward with some of the goals that they have in mind. Mm-hmm. So I like to model experts in the industry. That's one of my strategies. I like to put a personal twist on it, whether it be through designing a colorful website or generating my own original quotes, which what I do, and partnering with someone like MelodicMic here. And really, and really the thing that I did is I dabbled with the social media first. I tapped into my network. I did some background research, and I dabbled in social media. Yeah. And with platforms I never really had a lot of experience with, like YouTube, for example.
Something new.
Yes, but I did a lot of self-training, asked a lot of questions, hired a couple of resources, and got some subject matter expertise.
Okay.
So some subject matter expertise, so some formal and some casual approaches to building my personal brand. So I've got a solid foundation, and then I'm putting some structure. But I like to measure results, and I've had to shift when necessary.
Adjust and adapt.
Yes.
Always
very, very important. Right. But I'm a big fan of communication methods like Facebook and YouTube, as you all know, and Instagram, that can really talk and communicate with a large amount of the masses. Right. And I welcome the feedback. That's measuring the results, is the feedback that you get.
Yeah.
And I think if you do something that really instills your passion, that's exactly what you're going to get, an engaging, communicative audience. And that's really motivating to me.
I just want to showcase something. You notice how passionate she speaks about what she's doing
Yes.
in her brand?
It's the only way.
Because you figured it out, and you're still figuring it out.
It's a stepping stone.
It breeds. You just go exude all this confidence.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think
Absolutely.
so. I think the same thing about you too. Yeah.
I hope so. After all this time, yeah.
After all this time, yeah. But a personal brand can really shape you. You learn a lot about yourself. I've learned so much about developing a personal brand and asking questions. Who am I? Who do I want to be? How should I be perceived? How should I not be perceived?
Right.
Am I too old for that? Am I too young for that? Is that the right form for me?
Right.
So a lot of deep diving analysis goes into that. And like you said, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
You always learn about yourself, and you're continuing to learn and grow and grow and grow. That's how you fine tune your brand. And you keep going. I just want to throw out there, if you take a look at my MelodicMic page and go back a few years, you'll see the growth. Growth and development and weight loss that occurred in that time.
I can attest to that.
But again, yes. But again, it's documented to showcase, you know what, it takes time. But if you just go ahead and hone in on who you are and really focus on what you want to do in this life, it will come through and come to fruition. Just remember that.
And be yourself throughout all throughout. Be yourself.
Authentically you.
And sometimes listening to that inner voice, it won't steer you wrong. I promise. I think that's good.
I love it.
I do too. We're all for that personal brand.
Yes.
With that said, please let us know your feedback. If you've got feedback for us on our personal brands, of course, we depend on you. We want to work with you, and we want to instill motivation and so much more.
Absolutely. We're here for you.
So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Anita K.
I'm MelodicMic.
Thanks for watching The Mac Show.